Okay, as we continue right along, we got Chase Sparks out on the water right now, getting much of his work done on the first pass of 20 seconds with handle tricks, some wake backs, wake back-to-backs, and wakos thrown in for good measure, but certainly getting a little bit bogged down on that run by any stretch of the imagination. We'll see what he can do with his second pass of toe tricks. All right, Chase Sparks after him. We'll have Cage Gabrovic, Eric Gisler, Lucas Panet, Jacob Chambers, and Martin Labra. Here we go. This is Chase Sparks. Here he comes. Decent skiing there from one trick to the next. Out of the toe hold into the handle tricks. Goes for the 5 front, standing wake 5 front, and does he go for a ski line? Yes, he does. He gets the elevation, but unfortunately, the balance over his trick ski wasn't quite there for him to recover from. So that is Chase Sparks, and that represents the extent of his effort here in the elimination round. Is this going to be enough to supersede Vito Bloyer, which essentially that's what he has to do in order to advance through to the boys' trick-in final? We have a total of 12 skiers split between 2 Series 6 apiece, and obviously the top 6 make it through. And one person who could well make it through is George Malinowski with 57.20, 5,720 points for George Malinowski. 5,720. Vito Bloyer relegated into second spot with 3,040 points, and those are your top 2 at the moment. And fair to say that in order for Chase Sparks to make it through to the next round, for certain, right at the earliest possible opportunity, his score has got to be over 57.40. And if I'm being honest, the likelihood of that happening is going to be slim, very, very slim indeed. But we'll wait on that score, and we'll see what happens afterwards. All right, then. So Gage Gaprovic from the United States of America. We'll see how things shape up with him with the 2 20-second passes that he has at his disposal. All right, setting the boat speed up, and this is Cage Gaprovic. There we go, toe 5 back, locks into that reverse toe back as he works his way for the toe wake back-to-back, and it's reverse, toe 5 front, toe 0 out, toe 0 straight back in, toe wake 0, good solid elevation there, toe wake line back. Couple of toe side slides, and falling on the reverse toe side slide, but he won't be too disheartened with that as he got the majority of the tricks that he wanted to under his belt. So he probably fell at around about 19.5 seconds anyway, so he probably didn't have an awful lot to lose beyond that point. But Cage Gaprovic, splendid effort there on pass number 1 with toes, and certainly has a good feel for the event, at least so far as the toe tricks are concerned. We'll wait to see what he's got with pass number 2, which will be hands. But we wait to see if Chase Sparks' score is indeed over the mark that would enable him to make it through to the next round of the competition. The current lead score is 57-20, courtesy of George Malinowski. As we see there, Cage Gaprovic sliding out towards the back on the reverse toe side slide. Under 17 boys elimination round continues with Cage Gaprovic, our second skier out in Series 1. We've got 4 more skiers to go. Eric Gisler, then Lucas Panett, Jacob Chambers, and finally Martin Labra. Great to have you once more as we continue to stream worldwide here from Lago Los Maros here in Santiago de Chile for the 2022 Pan American Water Ski Championships. So continuing right along, current temperature here in Santiago de Chile is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which in Celsius, for those of you that understand more about Celsius than Fahrenheit, it's 21 degrees C. Sunset this evening is going to be at 8:36, which is in about an hour from now. So kind of running against the clock a little bit here, but I think we should be done well before 8:30 or sunset. All right, so continuing right along, Cage Gaprovic, second and final 20-second pass coming back for him. We've got 4 more skiers to come to round off Series 1. Cage Gaprovic just trying to get limbered up for the tricks that he has scheduled on pass number 2. There we go, wake back-to-backs. Looking fairly fluid there with the 5 front and bulks out of the 5 front reverse, as a matter of fact. Look at him go for the backflip, nicely done. 500 points there, another 500 right there. 1,000 on those 2 tricks alone. Goes for twists, nicely done, good skiing, and all right, he makes it all the way through on pass number 2. Added to the points that he produced on pass number 1, he should be in pretty good shape for making it through to the next round. We're still waiting on the score for Chase Sparks, and indeed Cage Gaprovic, and we'll see how they measure up against George Malinowski with his effort of nearly 6,000 points. All right then, Eric Gisler from Argentina now. Send himself up. Pass number 1. Last skier out of the day out of Argentina. Let's see what he's got. He's going to go in for a wake line 5 front. There you go. Good, solid effort there with the wake line 5 front, and goes in for the remaining tricks that he has in store. Ski line back and to the front. What does he have remaining? There's the Waco. Edges out. We've seen this, but we haven't seen too many of those landed. There we go with the flips from either side. So good, solid skiing. So just looking once again at the second and the first of 2 20-second runs, and seeing Eric Gisler really performing at a high level there with those tricks. As we look out towards the dock and see Cole Grant there with his skier about to take to water, Lucas Panette. The weather's starting to get a little bit colder here as the sun begins to make its way down towards the horizon. To end off another picturesque day here at Lago Los Maras. We're less than an hour away from sunset, and that should be enough time for us to get everything situated here. All right, here we go. This is Eric Gisler. Some toe tricks out of course. Looking very adept at those. Let's see how adept he is at doing something like a toe 7 front, which is exactly what he's wrapping up to do. There we go, toe 7 front. Nails that one. Good to go. Toe 5 back. Toe back to backs. Here we go. Toe 5 front. Little spin out. Trying to restabilize himself there for the toe Waco. Beautifully executed. Toe wake back. Now reverse toe back. Toe wake back to back. Toe wake back to back. Reverse. What has he got remaining? Couple of toe sides. Oh yes. Fist pump there towards the end. Great skiing there from Eric Gisler of Argentina. Good moves there from him as he turns back to the dock. Eric Gisler. Set himself up really well with that toe 7 front. That's about as good as it gets there for anyone who's looking for an example on how to execute the perfect toe 7 front, which we just saw there from Eric Gisler. We've got a score for Chase Sparks. Oh, I'm not too sure on that one. It says 1,080 points for Chase Sparks. 1,080 points. Okay, so just to emphasize that Chase Sparks score was 1,080 points, and that was half of his score. We're going to get the other half added to that on the basis of his second pass, and we'll get that to you as quickly as possible. Apologies on that one. We've got on the water. We've got Lucas Panette from Canada. Here comes Lucas. There you go, good looking toe pass, working his way from one trick to the next there with the toe wake back and toe front, and yeah, looked pretty good. Absolutely, no worries there for him. Lucas Pinet out of Canada. And a great opening salvo there with toe tricks and getting ready for his handle pass coming up in the next few moments. But keeping the toe foot very close to the standing leg, and that certainly helped him out with the opening move, which was a toe 5 back. Now, there are a few skiers out there that have spurned the use of a toe 7 front in recent times, basically because it is a low-tempo trick and it's hard to recover from and at least speed your way through the remaining toe tricks with. Now, in this instance, that is a classic case of where that's happened so far as Lucas Pinet is concerned. Getting into a high rate of spin right from the get-go with the toe 5 back, and then just holding everything together and continuing to accelerate through the run and get more and more of his tricks in. Certainly there is a greater points difference there between the toe 7 front and the toe 5 back, but the difference between the two is more than mitigated by the fact that that more tricks are added into the run, they're added quicker, and the point total towards the end will no doubt be a lot bigger in some instances. So 2 more skiers remain. We've got Jacob Chambers and we've got Martin Labra from Canada and Chile respectively. And Lucas Pinet out in the water right now, getting set for pass number 2. All right, here we go. This is Lucas Pinet now, coming in on pass number 2, getting the boat speed set for hands, which is going to be a little bit higher than it was for toe tricks, and the rope, I'm sure, is going to be a little bit short of him, so it takes into account the steepness of the wake as it gets closer towards the boat. There's the front flip to get things up and running. There's a back flip, which is 500 points by itself. 2 back flips along with the front flip there. He's over 1,800 points off the first 3 tricks alone. And let's have a look and see what he's got there. Does he have anything else? He's going to go for the half jack. Boom, hits that one. Coming up a little bit short and landing. Even tried to tumble up to recover, but Lucas Pinet, he'll be swimming into shore. Whether that score is going to be enough to send him through to the next round of the competition, we are unsure right now. But a decent effort there from start to finish there from Lucas Pinet. Would have wanted to try and get the half jack ridden out, and maybe had enough time to throw in another high difficulty, high caliber move. Chase Sparks' final score coming through with 2,110 points, 2,110 points. That definitely means that George Malinowski is through to the trekking final in the other 17 boys competition. We've yet to get the score for Cage Kabrovic or Eric Gisler, as a matter of fact. And once those scores come through, then we'll start letting more skiers through to the next round of the competition, depending upon the nature of those totals. All right, then. Now we're on to Jacob Chambers out of Canada. As we see Totti Miranda and Martin Labra on the dock in, ready for Martin's set. Let's have a look and see what Jacob Chambers has in store. Our penultimate skier, seated second to last, so we should anticipate something very, very high tempo. And it is with the toe 5 back. Toe 8 back to back. Working his way through these tricks. Oh, and going down there with that toe wrapping, and now he's going to really have to go to work with his handle pass and hope that he gets all the way through that in order to put himself through to the next round of competition. It's by no means easy to make it through to the final rounds here in a Confederation Championship, such as the Pan American Championships for 2022, right here at Lago Los Maros. And just look at him go from one trick to the next. Looking good, although I do have to say that looked a little nervous out there with the toe tricks, and then he worked his way through. Reverse toe back, setting himself up for the toe 5 front, a partition spin there. And unfortunately, yard sails into the water, and now getting ready for the second and final 20-second run. That is Jacob Chambers, our penultimate skier. So the leaderboard with 57.20, George Malinowski, he's through. Vito Bloyer, he may be through with 3,040 points, but yet to get some scores to confirm that. And then Sebastian Martinez currently in 3rd spot at the moment.
I know. I'm starving right now.
So many students.
Yeah, I was trying to go in and get... Oh, no, I have a granola. Yeah, thank you. No, it's okay. I mean, yeah, that sounds great, but I have dinner at the hotel, so...
There, Martin Labra at the dock, just going through his mental preps on... and a new score has come through, and this is significant because Cage Kaprovic has 57.60, 5,760 points. That vaults him straight into the lead. That puts 40 points between himself and George Malinowski. There's the change in the leaderboard. Kaprovic with 57.60, Malinowski with 57.20, Vito Bloyer with 3,040 points. And certainly it's turned the tricking competition a little bit on its head here. 6 competitors make their way through to the next round of the competition. We're waiting on scores for Eric Gisler and Lucas Panett. And indeed, Jacob Chambers, who is getting ready for his second and final 20-second pass, coming up right now. Setting up the boat speed, looking in good shape. Turns away. This is going to be the Mo back-to-back. Casing the top of that second wake and not getting much distance away from it. He's still able to get the flips in, but not getting the elevation necessary to really truly clear the wakes. However, he's still on top of the water. He's still tricking and going through his back-to-back sequences and getting bogged down towards the end. But there you go. That is Jacob Chambers out of Canada. Just edging up the wake and just really stomping the top of him and casing the second wake there with most of the flips he was able to produce, especially that last one. And then he went into the front flip, and there was where we saw a little bit of the missing elevation that we were witness to for the first few flips. Then he went in for his wake back-to-backs and surface back-to-backs, some throwaways towards the end. Tries to go for the, I'm not too sure what that was, but he pulled up on the handle when he dove straight into the water. And we're pushing another score, and that score coming through is Eric Gisler with 54.30. 54.30 for Eric Gisler through to the next round of the competition, we believe, for Argentina. And now our next competitor, our last competitor, coming out of Chile, it is Martin Labra. Martin Labra, the current world overall junior champion and the current world overall record holder in the under-17s. Reset the world junior overall record this past May in one of the MLCQ competitions right there at Jack Travers Sunset Lakes. Now let's see if he can replicate the same feat right here. See what he's got. It's going to be at the toe 5 back, toe wake back to back, and it's reverse. Toe back to back, toe back to back, toe 5 front, toe O out, toe O straight back in, toe wake O. Here he comes for the toe wake line O, gets that one done. Toe wake line back to the, he will go to the toe wake line back to back. Does he have anything else? Toe wake line back to back, reverse. Toe wake line 5 back, nails that one. Excellent stuff, and it goes for the attempts to the toe wake line 5 front at the end. Great trick in there from Martin Labra. Great skiing there. That pass by itself should be enough to send him through, but we have to wait for the judges to adjudicate on each one of those tricks and whether he scores them or not. But I tell you what, he went high tempo right from the get-go. Toe 5 back and the toe wake back-to-backs to follow right afterwards. And he just absolutely just stomps this pass. One trick to the next. Good pull to the back of the knee in order to go for the toe wake O and then go for the toe wake line O. And looking at this instant replay, some great trick skiing towards the end. Toe wake line back to back, and then he goes straight over towards the wake that he just crossed and did the reverse, then went in for the toe wake line 5 back, lining backwards, able to recover, and then he tries for the toe wake line 5 front. Wow. About 20 seconds would have expired around about that time, so I don't think he would have lost much as a result of that fall. But Martin Labra certainly living his best life out there on the water, and we'll get to see what he's capable of with the second and final 20-second run. Now, so far as the world overall record is concerned, I'm in the process of making some calculations there of what he needs for the jump event based upon certain criteria, based upon certain scores. Now, he scored 3 at 11.25 meters earlier on this morning. If he combines that with 11,460 points now, or anything more than that, and a jump of excess of more than 54.5 meters, then he will reset the junior boys world overall record with a new total of 2649.01. So let's see what he can do with this second and final 20-second run. If he can get close to close to even 11,500 points, then it will be on like Donkey Kong. Here we go. We've got coming in second and final 20-second pass. This is Martin Labra, our final skier of the day. Waiting for the correct moment to go. Twist to the back. 20 seconds starts. Flip twist back to back. That's the mode back to back. There's the second one. Here he goes with the half jack. Nails that one shut. Flip twist to the back. Here he goes. Flip twist to the back reversed. Does he have one more? Yes, he does. Flip twist to the front. He's expended his flips. Ski line 5 back. Ski line 5 front. Does he have anything more? Ski line O. Twist to the back. Ski line back to back. Yeah, there you go. That's what you'd call a quality performance there by Martin Labra. The question is, how much is that going to be so far as a point total is concerned? He scored 11,460 points in this latest rendition of the world overall junior boys record and jumped a distance in excess of 51 meters to gain that distinction. But in that performance, he scored 1 at 10.75 meters to add buoys to his slalom performance, and that's what weighed more heavily more than anything else. He slalomed a little bit earlier on today, half a buoy at 11.25 meters. Now, if he can get close to 11,500 points, then he might need a jump of 54 meters. Just looking at Martin Labra, just towards the end, looking at that instant replay. Fantastic skiing there. Just absolutely just unstoppable. So that brings to a conclusion the day's action here at Lago Los Moros here in Santiago de Chile. Obviously, keep an eye on the scoring website for the IWWF for the latest scoring updates. We still got scores yet to come in for the likes of Lucas Panett, Jacob Chambers, and Martin Labra, and I suspect it's going to take a while, especially for the score of Martin Labra, whose performance there has got to be close to 11,500 points, surely. But with that in mind, we're going to close out the webcast for today. Thanks a lot for joining us here at Lago Los Moros, the site of the 2022 Pan American Water Ski Championships. My name is Tony Lightfoot, and on behalf of all of the folks here, including the good folks of TWBC, I would say it is ciao for now.